Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Empyrion Galactic Survival Alpha 8. I'm an Oldguy Gaming, and this is episode 22. Alright, so I got a couple things I want to go over with you before we get started in earnest here in the Let's Play, here in episode 22. First thing to note is that I actually record these episodes, several of them back-to-back in a single sitting, and then I usually go for about a week or so, and then record another batch back-to-back, and then go for a week or so, and so on and so forth. So I don't usually record them on a daily basis. And so just kind of be aware that in terms of the comments, if you leave a comment and it doesn't seem like I'm, responding to it or whatever in the next episode or two after that, it's because they were all, pre-recorded. So just, keep that in mind for the comments. I do appreciate everybody's input in the game. Just be a little careful if you wouldn't mind, of spoilers and things like that. I do kind of like to discover things on my own, but, things that are really new to the game and, or stuff that, you think will be really beneficial, you can tell me those things, but just, like I said, kind of go a little bit easy with that if you don't mind, in terms of, telling me too many things, because I do like to discover stuff on my own. I'm not the kind of player that has to do everything exactly perfect. I'm more interested in just having fun and enjoying the game as opposed to doing things, exactly right, if that makes sense to you at all. I just want to enjoy this game, take my time with it, and I just want to let you all know that. But that all being said, I do appreciate, your input, and I appreciate everybody who watches these videos. I really do. It means a lot to me, and you guys are really awesome, okay? So anyway, that's out of the way. Let's take a look at a couple things on the hovercraft. If you saw episode 18 or 19 I think it was, we took some damage and lost one of our side thrusters here when we tried to take that POI out. At the time, I didn't have the resources that I need to replace that thruster, so I put a smaller thruster in there and then put some just basic blocks over the top of that. Well, I have since repaired that. We've got the correct sized thruster in there, and I replaced the blocks and got everything back to normal. You know what? I got the wrong paint on there. That just occurred to me. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, that's too yellow. We want the more orangish paint here. There we go. Now it's back to normal. I was just looking at that and going, wait a minute. That doesn't look quite right. That doesn't look quite right. So we fixed that. Now, the other thing that I did is I did a little more tweaking on my sensors that activate the thrusters on the ship. Excuse me. And so what had happened is I set all the thrusters to toggle off and on using the toggle setting on the sensors. So the idea would be that they would shut off when I left the ship and then turn back on for me when I arrived back at the ship to save fuel and that sort of thing. Okay, and the thing that I think I did wrong though is I set the field too big. And so what was happening, I had the field like almost all the way back out here. And, the reason I did that is I just thought, well, it would make sense to start the thrusters up as soon as possible as I get closer to the ship, blah, 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 that sort of thing. More from a role-playing perspective, like it, took them a little while to warm up or whatever. I know that doesn't actually, they don't actually require that in the real game, but for role-playing purposes and so forth. But what was happening was I was getting it out of sync, and so, the thrusters would toggle off when I wanted them to toggle on and vice versa. And I think I'm still going to have that problem, but I think I've made it a little better by simply making the field a little bit smaller. Now, they are out of sync right now, just because I've kind of been, backing in and out of that field as I've showed you guys the ship. But right now, you'll notice that I left the field and the thrusters are off, so they're powered down. Now, what happens is when I get up to right about here, okay, they will power on. And because I have it on the toggle setting, I can pass all the way through the field, hop in the cockpit, and the thrusters will still be on, and I can go along my merry way. When I'm ready to, stop at the next location, I hop out of the cockpit, I pass through the field, and that toggles the thrusters off, and they remain off while I go off and do whatever it is that I need to do. And then when I come back later, as soon as I hit the field, the thrusters toggle on and they stay on as I pass through the field and I go along my merry way. So as long as I keep that in sync, it should work fine. And if it gets out of sync, all I really have to do is kind of step in the field and step back out of it, to reset it. Now, again, if this is going to prove to be a bit of a pain in the butt for me, I might end up turning those off, but I thought I would give it one more try, just because, you know, that's how I originally designed the space RV here, is, you know, to use that sensor for the toggles, or I mean for the thrusters rather. And I do have that set to toggle for all of the thrusters, because follow, the other option is follow, and the problem with follow is that follow will turn something or activate something each time you when you enter the field, and then it activates it again when you leave the field, whereas toggle requires you to pass all the way through the field one time and then back through it to toggle whatever it is off and on. So toggle's definitely the setting we want for this to get it to work. So let's try that, and we'll just see how it goes. And again, you know, I'll have to decide later on when we're just out and about doing our thing, if that's going to work well or if it's going to be more of a hassle than it's worth. But the idea behind that, of course, again, is to, you know, just conserve fuel when we're not actually in the craft itself. Okay, I think that pretty much wraps up the preamble stuff. Let's get back into the Let's Play itself. So, when I left you guys last in episode 21, what I did is, the problem that I have, you guys, okay, the problem that I have is that I'm still in Alpha 7. My head is still in Empyrion Alpha 7, and I was thinking I was going to have to dig down in here, and I was going to have to find the core, you know, to disable it, and I got to get my head into Alpha 8, because things have changed. And I know that sounds like a very obvious statement, but, you know, in some ways, without thinking about it, you know, you still think, or rather expect things to be the way that they were, and they're certainly not the way they were before. And so I did all that digging down there, looking for the core, and then, you know, I wasn't finding it. I'm going, all right, well, whatever, you know, and I did all that off camera, right? And then I came to the front of the ship here. I was just, you know, kind of messing around. Came over to the front of the ship, and lo and behold, there's the core right up on the, you know, on the roof, in a very easy to access location. Well, okay, easy to access location, old guy. There we go. Okay, so there it is, right up there. And I'm thinking, well, shit, that was easy. That was way easier than I was expecting it to. I left it in place just so you guys, you know, could see where it was. But anyway, that's the core here in the midsection of the Titan. And so we're going to take that sucker out. Boom. There we go. The core is out, and now if we want to, and we will actually do so, we could actually take this whole entire ship apart with our multi-turret. We'd get some serious resources if we did that, you know, now that I think about it. Because this is hardened, I think this is at least hardened steel, if not, yeah, it's hardened steel. That's tempting. It's not something I'm going to do on camera, of course, but I might off camera. I think I probably looted some of these things. I might come back here off camera with our multi-turret and actually take this thing apart. That would give me some serious resources. But like I said, I don't think we're going to do that right now. Anyway, what you do then is you come up here, and I think you have to look in here. And when you look in here, then you get something for the Robinson protocol. It activates the next part of the protocol. I don't remember exactly what it was now, because you know, I didn't know that that's what it was going to do. But let's take a look here. So, unidentified vessel. Wait a minute, what? The tower. Activate mission. Isn't this the mission that I'm on, though? Okay. If you got wounded, use the appropriate medical item placed in your toolbar. Head to the wreckage. Okay, yeah, we've done all that stuff. You know, somebody, one of you guys just sent me. Yeah, see, we've already done this stuff. Titan Bridge. We know where all that stuff is. I wonder if we just go hit the back part in the bridge, which is on top of the back part, if that will then advance the quest into the next part of this. Because we've already done this, but apparently it doesn't persist. It doesn't remember, you know, that you did that. In fact, you know what? That's right. I remember that now. If you log out of the game without finishing this, it doesn't remember that's what you did. Doggone it. That's kind of a pain in the ass, Elion. You know, I love you guys. I love this game. Absolutely love this game to death. But you guys, the way you guys implemented this is just, it doesn't work very well on multiplayer. You know, and even on a single player game, I mean, what if I, you know, what if it took me, you know, 3 or 4 hours to just do this much, and then I had to log off and go eat dinner or something without finishing it, you know, that sort of thing. Maybe it does work differently on single player. I have not played Alpha 8 on single player other than a couple hours messing around with it, you know, several weeks ago when it was still an experimental. I don't know. But anyway, it's just weird the way this works. But what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the or rather the rear section, and we're going to see if we can find the stuff and just advance that quest to the next part, because I don't want to have to start all that shit all over again. I mean, who's got time for that, right? I've already done a lot of that. So let's do that. Let's hop here in our hovercraft, and we'll hop inside. I might have thrown my thrusters out of sync. I didn't. Okay, so they're good. Let's get our camera situated here. We'll get down. We'll scroll out just a little bit so we can see what's going on. All right, and we're going to go back now to the rear section, the back part here. So we'll just do a quick little waypoint there. Not that we really need to, because we're almost going to go, you know, due west of here. There's too many waypoints already in the way anyway. Okay, let's head on over here, and we will see if we... We'll see if we can just kind of jump in the middle of the Robinson Protocol with this rear part. If we can't, then, well, then we can't. It is what it is. I'm kind of doing this more for funsies anyways, and I don't really necessarily need to. However, it did say I was going to get some Tech 2 pulse rifles, and that doesn't suck. I do like the pulse rifle. The problem with it, though, is that it burns through the ammo really quick, but it's a good gun though. Even the Tech 1 pulse rifle's not bad for, you know, for the Tech 1 weapons. It does some pretty major damage, but it does eat through the ammo. Okay, so let's head on over here to the rear part. Wait a minute, did I go too far? Yeah, I did. I missed it. I got to thinking, wait a minute, I think I've overshot it. So we'll go back this way. Crashed MS Titan. Well, I think we want to head to where it says new marker, right? No, that's too far away. What is new marker? I don't even know what that is. I set it for something, but I can't remember. Here we go. So this is the rear part of the Titan. I hope, doggone it. I hope I can do this without, you know, and jump in the middle of that protocol. I don't know if it's going to let me do it or not. And of course we have our resident spiders. Okay. Let's take a bite of that, and that should tide us over. We're pretty good on ammo, so I think we're ready to rock and roll. Let's do this. Suck it, spiders. Okay, so the protocol wants us to... Are they going to come up here? Oh, damn it. My thrusters didn't turn off, did they? I got them out of sync once again. Or did they? Did they turn off or on? What the hell's that noise? It sounded like something other than a spider. We can get the shotgun. It takes 2 hits for the T2 shotgun to kill these things. You know what, though? That probably has at least somewhat to do with the fact that I've got the enemies on the hardest setting. I bet you that's what it is. But you would expect, you know, a tier 2 shotgun to one-shot these little wussy guys. But it doesn't. It probably does if I'm, like, really close to them. Okay, so let's go back into here for a minute. So this wants us to find... deactivate show briefing. Wait, what? Okay, no. Here, let's go back in there. This wants us to find the back part first. I don't know what the text is that they, you know, the instructions or whatever they give you for that. But so this is the back part, and then the bridge, of course, is up there. I think the bridge is up there. It should be. So I guess what we'll do is we'll check out the. Yeah, my thrusters did not turn off. Okay, so let's set the toggle the way... Boys, come on. Really? Really? Do we got to do this now? Alright, well, they're bringing us meat. And they're bringing us meat. It's not a complete waste of time. It's just mostly a waste of time. We'll put the meat in here. And we'll put the... whatever the hell that stuff is. I mean, it's alien parts, but what exactly is that? Maybe I don't even want to know. Okay, let's get in here. And we'll pull up a little closer. Make sure we're all the way down. Now our thrusters should be on. And now they should toggle off when we leave. Okay, we'll just stay away from the field so we don't accidentally turn them on. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can figure out what the protocol wants us to do in the rear section before we jump up to the bridge. And I'm not going to assume this time that the rear section of the Titan is exactly the way that it was in Alpha 7, because that's the mistake I made with the midsection. So we're not going to do that this time. What we are going to do is we're going to just kind of cruise around here and see if there's some way we can get into... Okay, there's a doorway there. Get inside and see if we can discover what the protocol wants us to discover. Okay. Let's blow this door. Oh, out of ammo. So this goes down a corridor. So I think it looks like the layout of the ship is still the same as it used to be. It's just that they put the core in a different place. So we're going to hop down into here a little bit and see, you know, what there is to see. We got these guys. Ooh, nice. A restroom. We'll take that. We got some promo pellets and some crushed stone. We got cobalt. That's good. And a drill charge. That's good. More promo pellets. Promethium pellets. We got whatever the hell that was. Iron and plastic, I think. All right, let's... This room is probably buried too. Before we do that, before we do too much digging, remember, old guy, the cores have been in easier to find locations than they used to be. So it's not an unreasonable assumption to think that they're gonna, you know, they're not going to be buried underneath like they used to be. That being said, though, how do we get into these compartments here? Okay, we could jump down there. You know, if we go down there and we can't find a way back out, we're going to be in trouble. Because while the core is intact, we're not going to be able to break the blocks easily. So I think... Okay, let's go down here. No. Okay. Do we see... It would be a little weird for them to put the core, you know, in one of the nacelles. I guess that's what you call that. Anyway, I'm thinking it's probably still going to be, you know, somewhere in the main fuselage. So let's, before we, you know, jump down into a place we may not be able to get out of, let's just kind of look around a little bit more and see what there is to see. See if we can get in through here and find the core. Okay, not really anything here. Those are just blocks. There's no doors that we can get through. I want to say that in Alpha 7 the core was kind of up that way, but you know, inside a little ways. And you know, I suppose it is definitely possible that it could still be in that spot. Let's not assume anything one way or the other. Let's hop up here. Is there a way to get down in there from up above here? Almost looks like we could drop down through here. Nope, not quite. Not quite. Okay. Alrighty. How about here? Nah, that just gets us down here. Okay. Nothing here either. Well, all right. It looks to me then like what we're probably gonna have to do is we're probably gonna have to go. Oh, here's the thing. Access to cargo box. We're probably gonna have to go through the way that I started to go through, because I just can't. Like I said, I can't really imagine them placing the core on those outer sections of the hull. Where it used to be, I think, is maybe in there or a little further back. So we might have to do some digging to get in there. Let's go ahead and just continue along that route for a bit, and we'll just see, you know, where that takes us. Because this is really the only place that I saw, other than, you know, going through into the engine compartments there, that I could actually, you know, get into the ship. Okay, so let's blow this. Okay, so we can actually walk in here. We're going to look up. See if there's a core easily accessible. Glass got kind of dinged up there. Okay, now I want to say that the core was in here, in this structure in Alpha 7. So let's do a little bit of digging here. Yeah, see, there's a doorway right there. Okay. It's not there. That's where it used to be. Okay, so they did move it. They did move it. You know what? I wonder if the core is up in the bridge. But if that's the case, what is it that they wanted me to find separately in the back part versus the bridge? I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking that. Let's break in through here. And that just goes outside. Whoa. There's a Triceratops right there. Yes, indeed. All right. Well, I think we need to head up to the bridge then. I think that's what we need to do. If this is built like it used to be, there should be elevators down here. Okay, here we go. Up to the bridge. Up to the bridge we shall go. Okay, we're going to have to blow this door. And there's the core. Okay, so they did put it on the bridge. If I blow this, though... That's a cargo bin. Woo, look at that. That's a nice little haul there. Force field emitter blocks. Nice. But it didn't do anything for the quest, though. Yeah, I don't know. I just, you know, I don't... The way that that quest is implemented is just weird. You know? So, maybe, you know, maybe it's just... It's broken at this point or something. I mean, I still have it activated, right? Don't I? I do. But to do the tactical retreat part, head back to the wreckage and pick up usable stuff while going there. See, I'd probably have to go all the way back to the wreckage to activate this. And then, you know, have to go all through this stuff again just to get to the end of that. The reason why, though, we would maybe do that is, I mean, if I'm going to get... Here, let's deactivate the mission. Where was it that I saw what the reward was? Didn't I see... It showed, you know, that we would get, like... Solo missions. That we would get, like, yeah, right here. So, the reward for this... Doing this portion of the Robinson Protocol gives me 3 Tech 2 pulse rifles. I mean, the rest of this stuff's no big deal, but, you know, 3 of those are kind of nice. Of course, we could probably make them now. It's not really worth my time, guys, to go back and do the whole damn thing, but it's just too bad that this is so wonky the way that it is. But I think we might... What do we get here? They give you an advanced constructor from doing that, huh? What do we get from here? Medium armors, 20 pentaxes, 6 gold, laser rifle. You know, that's all nice stuff, but it's not that nice. 4 cargo box, 4 large ammo boxes. A warp drive, tank, 4 fuel tanks, tech 3, 10 decontamination kits. It would kind of be fun to do this, though, just for the, you know, the role-playing aspects of it. Ah, shit. I don't know. I don't want to have to go all the way back there just to start all this, though. And I might have already broken it anyway. Ah, jeez. Okay, well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to move on. And what I might do off camera is I might go ahead and head back to the original base. I want to go back there for a couple of other reasons anyway. And maybe see if I can reactivate the mission and retrace my steps back to here. And if I can do that, then, you know, then I'll bring you guys back and we'll continue it along with the episodes. If I've already broken it and it's hosed, then, you know, well, it's hosed. But yeah, it's just the way that this is implemented is just weird. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. I won't take this ship apart for now until, you know, until I can determine if I can continue the protocol. If I can't do that, then we'll probably just come here and we'll take this thing apart and we'll get some really nice resources from it. So that's the plan, man. That's the plan, Stan. Stan the man. Let's head on back out of here. And what do we want to do next? I think what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our new base, the POI that we took over a couple of episodes ago. And we're going to set up the large constructor and just set up, you know, shop there. Now, again, you know, it's a POI that I took over. I don't envision that it's going to be my main base because I want to build my main base for one thing. But it could, you know, we could turn it into a nice little outpost for us to use, though. So we'll do that. Okay, so our turrets are toggled correctly. We want to go... This is our home base here. We need to clear off some of our bookmarks, too. We've got too many bookmarks going on here. So let's go to our map. The wreckage... Yeah, we better keep the wreckage. That's... Where is that? Show on map. Oh, right. That's that was that mountainside cliff base that we looked at the other day. Oh, there goes the timer. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. This is probably a place to stop off the episode anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the recording. I'm going to head back to... you know what I might do? I might actually just do a bonsai back to the wreckage and see if I can reactivate this leg of the mission. If I can, then when we get back to the Titan, I'll start the next episode. If I can't do that, then I'll just start the next episode at the enemy POI base that we took over, and we're going to set a couple things up and get that set up as an outpost, okay? So thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you take a look at the About section of my YouTube channel, you will find links to my Twitch channel. I do stream several times a week, and I'd be glad to have you guys come and show up for a live stream and hang out there. I also have a Discord channel that you guys are welcome to come and join. We have a really great community going on in the Discord. Lots of great people and fun times, and you're all invited to come and participate in that if you want to do so. Otherwise, thanks a lot, guys, for watching. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye.